Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Saturday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries when you guys sign up, so go ahead and hop in there and take advantage. And yeah, we'll hop in here. Pretty busy slate today. Starting with the Chicago White Sox versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 230. The White Sox plus 190 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the White Sox is Dallas Keuchel with an ERA of 5.88. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 1.35. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Yeah, looks like it is a makeup game from yesterday. These two pitchers were supposed to pitch yesterday, and I did like the Yankees yesterday. Playing good, 4-1 in their last 5. The White Sox just 1-5 against the Yankees. Yankees 11-1 at home, where they've been very solid. Love Nestor Cortez on the mound. Rolling with the Yankees at home. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 145. Arizona plus 135 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Arizona is Madison Bumgarner with an ERA of 2.29. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 4.50. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 10 strikeouts. Arizona on a 2-game winning streak against the Cubs. They've played very well against the Cubs so far. Cubs on a 3-game losing streak. Cubs just 2-9 at home, where they've struggled. Yeah, I like Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Bumgarner's been pretty solid on the mound here, and Chicago just hasn't looked that good in this series. I'm going to take Arizona plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 260. Cincinnati plus 210 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green with an ERA of 6.21. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 1.71. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Cincinnati losing to Toronto yesterday 2-1. Close matchup yesterday. Cincinnati 1-7 on the road against Toronto. Toronto 7-1 home against Cincinnati. Love Alek Manoah on the mound for the Blue Jays. Rolling with Toronto at home. Next matchup, we have the New York Mets versus the Colorado Rockies. Mets opening up as road favorites at minus 118. Colorado plus 108 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Mets is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 3.51. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Yerman Marquez with an ERA of 6.16. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. The Mets on a 2-game winning streak right now. Rockies just 2-8 in their last 10. The Mets 4-1 against Colorado, 4-1 on the road against Colorado. Yeah, I'm going to lean with the Mets on the road here. Not in love with Marquez on the mound. And the Rockies just have not been playing very well. I'm going to take the Mets on the road. Next matchup, we have the San Diego Padres versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Padres plus 125 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 2.20. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 3.49. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 8 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Padres beating the Giants yesterday 8-7. Close matchup there. Giants on a 2-game losing streak. The overs hit in Padres 6 out of their last 9 matchups. Pretty even pitching matchup here. 2 good pitchers on the mound. I'm going to take the Padres plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 165. Seattle plus 140 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Mariners is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 4.35. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Garrett Whitlock with an ERA of 2.43. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Seattle on a 2-game losing streak against Boston. Just have not played well against the Red Sox right now. 4-12 on the road. Yeah, I like Garrett Whitlock on the mound for the Red Sox. They've been playing solid in this series so far. Rolling with Boston at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 130. The Dodgers plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Mitch White with an ERA of 4.82. Looks like he's getting his real first start of the season here. And then pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA of 3.64. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Dodgers winning yesterday's matchup 4-1. They're on a 6-game winning streak. 5-2 on the road right now. Man, I know Mitch White's getting his first start, but getting the Dodgers plus money, I mean, how many opportunities are you ever going to get to do that this season? Aaron Nola's been decent for the Phillies, nothing amazing, but getting Dodgers plus money, even with a new pitcher on the mound, very intriguing here. I'm going to take the Dodgers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the Miami Marlins. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 145. Miami plus 125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Braves is Kyle Wright with an ERA of 2.79. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Eliezer Hernandez with an ERA of 6.15. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Atlanta beating Miami yesterday 5-3. Looked pretty good in that game yesterday. 7-1 on the road against Miami. Yeah, I like Kyle Wright on the mound. He's been very good. And then Eliezer Hernandez hasn't been all that solid on the mound for the Marlins. Rolling with the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at minus 185. The Tigers plus 155 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for Detroit is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 2.87. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.96. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Detroit on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Cleveland yesterday 6-1. 3-13 on the road. Detroit not really getting it done on the road. Cleveland 15-5 at home against Detroit. Bieber hasn't been all that. He's been okay on the mound. Not much of a pitching advantage here. I just don't trust laying minus 185 on the Guardians. That just seems very risky to me. I do not feel comfortable doing that. Do what you want with the Guardians, but I'm going to take Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at minus 135. Pittsburgh plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Pirates is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 2.19. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 5 strikeouts. Currently can't find who's pitching for the Cardinals. It's undecided. I'm sure it'll be released after I'm done recording, but be sure to check that out when that information does become available for the Cardinals. Cardinals winning yesterday's matchup 5-3. They're 12-2 on the road against Pittsburgh. So yeah, been solid against Pittsburgh. Jose Quintana has been good for the Pirates here. I'm just not in love with the Pirates. Even though there's question marks at who's pitching for the Cardinals here, I still like the Cardinals on the road, where they've been very good against Pittsburgh. I'm rolling with the Cardinals on the road. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Tampa Bay opening up as road favorites at -150. Baltimore +130 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rays is Jeffrey Springs with an ERA of 1.66. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Orioles is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 5.06. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 6 strikeouts. Tampa Bay losing to Baltimore yesterday, 8-6. Tampa Bay is 9-1 on the road against Baltimore. 15-1 straight up against Baltimore. So yesterday was the first time they lost to Baltimore in a long time. Yeah, I like Jeffrey Springs on the mound for the Rays here. I think they get it done on the road. Rolling with Tampa Bay. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Kansas City Royals. Twins opening up as road favorites at -145. The Royals +125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.39. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Brad Keller with an ERA of 2.89. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs and had 3 strikeouts. Minnesota beating Kansas City yesterday 6-4. They're 7-3 on the road right now. Kansas City just 3-9 at home. I'm gonna lean with the Twins on the road here. Like Joe Ryan on the mound. Pretty even pitching matchup, honestly. Kansas City's just struggled at home, so I'm gonna roll with the Twins on the road. Next matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -260. Texas +210 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 5.73. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 1.38. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 5 strikeouts. Texas beat Houston yesterday 3-0. Kind of a bad performance for the Astros yesterday. Texas just 1-11 on the road against Houston. Yeah, rolling with Houston at home, coming off that loss yesterday. Love Verlander on the mound. Hasn't given up a run in his last 2 starts. Rolling with the Astros at home. Next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -225. Washington +185 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 6.28. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 5.35. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run and had 6 strikeouts. Washington losing to the Brewers yesterday 7-0. They did not look good yesterday. Washington 1-6 on the road against Milwaukee. Milwaukee 6-1 at home right now, playing solid. Yeah, I like the Brewers at home. I just don't trust Corbin on the mound or the Nationals. They just have not looked good. Rolling with the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we have Game 2 in the doubleheader between the New York Mets and the Colorado Rockies. Mets opening up as road favorites at -120. The Rockies +108 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Mets is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 4.20. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 4.38. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. I'm going to lean with the Mets on the road in Game 2. A pretty even pitching matchup here, but I don't know. I just like the Mets more. Rockies have been struggling. We'll see what the doubleheader brings to both these teams, but I'm going to lean with the Mets in Game 1 and Game 2. And then the last matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -160. Oakland +135 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Athletics is Frankie Montas with an ERA of 3.67. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 12 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 3.57. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 3 strikeouts. And that game was against Oakland. Oakland beating the Angels yesterday 4-2. Angels on a 4-game losing streak. Surprisingly, Oakland 5-0 on the road against the Angels, which is an interesting stat. A pretty even matchup here. I'm going to take a shot with Oakland +1.5 on the road. They've actually been very good against the Angels and on the road. Angels on a losing streak, not playing too great, kind of a risky play. I'm going to take Oakland +1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I will see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.